everyone, what's up? So today in this video, I'm going to give a TLDR updates on the 3.26 Secrets of the Atlas patch notes, and this breakdown is basically strictly and solely for like general impactful changes, cyclone, cast on crit builds, which if you are following me, then you should know you want to play that build, and of course minion builds, which is usually what I will play on league start. So yes, instead of reading the extremely lengthy patch notes, as you can see here, it's like so long. I have broken down for you into what you actually need to take note just for this three purposes. Alright, so let's just get going. Okay, however, before I start, if you want to see this TLDR, you can always find it under my PoE notebook. Is in the second tab over here. I've added other references, so you can just click and it'll just redirect you directly to there. You have the official website, the teaser announcement, more to come up, and then of course the full patch notes if you really want to read and you have time to read them. Alright, so first up, the Secrets of the Atlas mechanic. So basically we have a new NPC, Egan. Zana is back, but I don't know, it seems like there's some baby or child form on it. I'm not sure if there's any interaction with her. So this mechanic basically just shows that you will encounter a memory tier. Alright, the memory tier is, okay, maybe I should open it up. Okay, so the memory tier will be something like that. Alright, like this. Here you go. Right, this is the memory tier, and when you encounter this, basically what happens then is that you will open up like I don't know how does the interaction exactly works, but basically you have a memory which is like from the previous leaks, and this will like open up maps that are lined up next to each other. Right, they are like aligned side by side. Probably there are like 3 to 4 or 5 of those. I'm not sure. And when you run those maps by defeating those boss, right? You basically get an altar that applies additional modifier, and those are like really juicy ones, right? Basically increase corn, increase rarity, monster revive once more. So basically you get double the loot, etc., etc. And each map basically will present you with additional special abilities. So what these special abilities are, I am not so sure yet, but according to the review, it seems like you get a bigger size, more tankier buff or damage buff, speed buff, and stuff like that. And by defeating all the map bosses from this memory tier, right, to the last one, I think it will lead to 3 new pinnacle bosses. But how do you encounter them? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you need to like collect fragments for them or whatever. It's not specifying exactly also, so we'll see how during the league start. Right, and then next we have mercenaries. Okay, basically your AI companion. You encounter random mercenaries, again I'm not sure where, and you can challenge them to either make them your AI party member, steal or take their items, or just banish them, which I don't know why you do that. Maybe if you banish them, then a new mercenary will come in. Yeah, maybe so. And there will be mercenaries with special modifiers, and trade this are like to be confirmed again, but I'm pretty sure they will be quite useful doing your maps. Like there's probably only one whole and sole purpose of them when you're running your maps, is basically to give you buffs, aura, like basically a guardian bot, right? And only one mercenary can accompany you at a time, right? Otherwise it's just insane. You can just run your own map with like 5 AI bots. It's just stupid. Yeah. So yes, only one mercenary, and this is the best part. Okay, you can replace the mercenary items and equipments. Like guys, this is just free guardian aura bot. Okay, this is just insane. This is crazy. I don't know how exactly it works. Maybe there's a nerf or a penalty to those items, but still, it is still free. It's still good. Yeah. However, there's something that I'm not sure or particularly clear yet, that if they die, are they like gone forever, or will they respawn afterwards? Because if they really do die, then this is something that you might actually want to reconsider. You gotta make them tanky enough so that the buffs are ongoing. Like if you are doing a very juicy map, you really don't want to have that insane death from them over and over and over again. Okay, next up we have new currencies. So these are the list of new currencies. You have a Shaper's Exalted Orb, Elder's Exalted Orb, Orb of Remembrance. Basically, you get randomized memory strength. What is the number exactly? I am not sure. Orb of Unraveling. Consumes memory strength to attempt to upgrade the tier of a modifier. Now, this is the interesting one. Right, so let's say if you have a tier 3 resistance on probably, I don't know if you can put it on a rare ring for the Orb of Remembrance, then you can use the Orb of Unraveling and it attempts to upgrade the tier of that resistance. I think this new currency is going to be quite game changing because you're going to see a lot of perfects 6 modifier rare items, like just with this. Okay, I presume that if it's already a tier 1 mod, you will not attempt to upgrade that again because then it just doesn't make sense. But you know, when you're trying to craft a rare item and you have like 6 modifiers that is perfect, that is literally what you need. All you need to do is just throw in this Orb of Remembrance and just keep unraveling. Yeah? And you just keep giving up just rings and repeat until all of the mods are tier 1. Like, this is insane. Okay, this is really crazy. Orb of Intention modifies map influence map. I'm not sure what is this for. Scarab Abundance. This is basically for the new settlers. The settlers that is going core, so basically they're adding scarabs for that. You have additional ore deposit. Monsters guarding ore deposit are at least magic. Care Refinement, ore deposit area to grant smelted bars instead of marking ores. Veil Chaos Orb reforges a rare item with new random modifier, including a random veil modifier. Now this is reintroduced again, and I think it's really good for those that you want to block suffix or prefix, and then you just veil chaos of it. You get specifically what you need. Alright. Of course there's the Veil Exalted Orb as well, but those are already like in game, so they are not like new currencies. Alright, next, your new feature and improved quality of life. You can now pause the game. Oh my god, thank you. Like, seriously, thank you. This is like so many times previously in the past where your mom and dad call you, or whoever call you, or you just need to go to the toilet, or probably you're cooking something and then you forget, you quickly run off, and then you're just standing in the middle of the map and like, oh shit, I died. So yes, this is really good. Another one that I really like is this. So breach splinters you get during breach encounters are now automatically collected. Okay, I don't know how it works. I think it just goes straight into your inventory, like collecting gold. Hopefully, like you just walk around instead of clicking one by one. Okay, I mean obviously if they can like collect it everything, and then just when the bridge closes it just drops in the center, that would be the best. That would be the best because you just need to click one time. But even if so, if you are collecting it like gold, it is still good. Okay, I don't have to go around collecting them like idiots. Yeah, so this is actually a good change. I might actually consider farming bridge because of these changes. Like bridge has always been actually good, but clicking them one by one is just it's just damn painful. Alright, next, using an Orb of Horizon on Guardian maps will now reroll the Guardian or Conqueror occupying it also. Good for those that you are still missing a few Guardian or Conqueror maps at the start and then you just want to complete it. All of the crafting bench recipes normally granted by unveiling items are now instead unlocked through maps on the Atlas. Yes, basically you don't have to do June right now and unveil them one by one. Like, I love this change. I really love this change because every single damn league I always have to do June at the start, and it's like by force because you just want to get the crafting recipes from unveiling items, and this is so much of a hassle because it takes so much RNG. Like for example, my COC Cyclone, it needs the reduced mana cost, right, for channeling skills, and then you need the +1 to socketed aura or attack speed as well. Or what is the other one? There is one that has a +1 skeleton or something like that also, right? It's also for unveiling. Yeah, I can't remember what else already, but yes, all of those are like so RNG. Like sometimes even when I'm done with like the whole entire high budget build, I still cannot even get them. That's like so ridiculous, right? So yeah, good stuff. And next, you are no longer required to speak to June to unveil items. Yes, but I don't know if I'll be actually doing that now. Like, because of these changes, I think you won't even unveil your items unless it's like so good. I wouldn't even want to see the rare items, to be honest. Okay, your map device now has a small 4x5 rucksack that can be used to store maps, map fragments, currency items. Yes, please, thank you. So now whenever I do my video runs, I'll just throw all of my maps there, and this is so good. This is very, very, very good. Okay, next, not a lot of people know this, but you can actually use Control click on options in the crafting bench to the interface to apply the craft without having to click the craft button. So basically, if you confirm you want to craft it, you can just Control click. Yeah, you don't have to click that particular mod you want to craft and then scroll down and click again. Okay, added quick use currency button to strongbox and imprison monsters. And monsters imprisoned in essences. I think this is really good as well. Improve quality of life. Alright. Next, endless passive skill tree changes. Okay, I'm not going to go into very detail, but basically they added memory cluster nodes for the new mechanics, and they added setters nodes for because setters is going core. So yes, we have like deposits for setters now. I am not sure how this is going to change. Yeah, I'm really not sure how this is going to change, but the all deposits to me is not, how would I put it? Your all deposits is basically to ship, to send the items for the ship, right, to come back and get, to return and get back your stuff, and those are like quite RNG based. Honestly, I would have preferred if it's like the ore are like generated automatically in the town. Okay, instead of having to put this into a farming perspective. Like I would love to see the setters to have like passive income. You know what I mean? Passively having this ores generated so that the chance of you shipping your items and coming back is still not consuming your time a lot. Whereas if you actually do all this all deposits, you are basically consuming time for something that is not certain. Like let's just say if I were to send 10,000 of the what's that, the wait, let me see, let me read. I know there's one of them that basically don't give you the ores, but they give you the bar directly. So let's just say if you give 10,000 bars to the shipment and you come back with no divine orbs, nothing good, you're basically wasting your time, right? And during this period of time that you farm 10,000 ores, I think you probably, other mechanics you can farm like a lot already, right? Unless they increase the loots that come back from the shipment. Okay, there is nothing that says about that, but who knows, they might have ninja buff it, I'm not sure. Alright, next, setter is going core. Like I said, we're still getting gold. I actually love this one because in the early game it gives you a lot of good stuff. Like if you really need to trade things in the market for specific currencies in the market, this is so much faster and easier. And of course the gold that allows you to respec is so good in the beginning. Like it just helps you transit or refill up your your skill tree very easily instead of hunting for Orb of Regret, which is so difficult at the start. Alright, trade market is still intact. I love this. I really love the trade market implementation. That's like the best thing of all time in PoE history, to be honest. Okay, town is now fully upgraded. You don't have to grind for it. That's what they said, but I am really not sure if things are like auto generated. Like I think I'm still okay to farm for the ore deposits, but I hope they are like passively coming. Okay, because if it's passively coming, then yes, sure, I probably might be doing the ores. Like, it's so good. Next, shipping items to Kari ports now give you tattoos, and shipping items to Kalguran port gives you rune graphs. Okay, it's rune graphs, not rune crafts. Okay, yeah, it's a G, not a C. So they are specially for crafting mods on the runesmith, like previously when we have the trigger wolf or something when you hit or crit or whatever. Yeah. The last league there was a very crazy, insane league starter that just helps you snowball the whole entire campaign. Alright. Next will be Betrayal rework. So for Betrayal rework, I'm just going to keep it simple. Mastermind boss is now separate from safe house, which means you get a syndicate medallion fragment to fight Katarina, which also means you can sell it for money. I think this is good in a sense. Like, if you don't want to fight Katarina, then you can sell it, and I am pretty sure it will cost quite a lot. Because looking at the drops that Katarina drops now, I think it is quite good. I don't know how much is it. It really depends on the economy, but yeah, overall good. The amount of safe house intelligence obtained from the choices made after defeating immortal syndicate members has been lowered. Okay, the time taken to reach a safe house is overall longer than before. That is not good. That is really not good, because now at this point we do not know how long it takes to actually reach Katarina. Okay. Oh yes, there is one more thing that I forgot to include. So basically, now when you actually reach to the final safe house, okay, I'll put this in. Okay, when you reach the final safe house, aka Katarina, your what is that? The syndicate members will not be reset. Now this is really good. Trust me, this is really good. Like, again, I don't really exactly like to play Betrayal because of how it resets every time, and then you gotta build up all over again. But because of this, right, I might actually do Betrayal, because you can deterministically farm what you need. Okay, based on the cheat sheet that you have, is very strong. Like, let's say Iceling, you can get Veil. Okay, maybe Iceling is not exactly good, to be honest. You can get Ultimatum Scarabs. What is actually good? So basically those dark items are basically what is useful in my opinion. And yeah, it's just a lot of scarabs you can farm, and like Leo gives you catalyst, right? It's actually good. And then Rin gives you research for unique maps, which is probably what you need in the early game. I think it's pretty good. So yeah, on top of that, right, if you guys don't know, Betrayal gives a lot of experience. A lot, and I mean really a lot. If you keep doing it over and over again, the experience that it gives is just insane. Like, that's honestly how I reach like level 90 plus in just probably 2 to 3 days. Yeah, this is one of them. So yes, Betrayal in consideration again. Next up will be the skill gem changes. Okay, so for skill gem changes, this is basically focusing on, again, COC and minions. Okay, Enemy Guardian cannot retain their items when they die. God damn it, finally. You could have just done this a long time ago. Why? You just made me suffer for the past few leagues. Jesus. But okay, I'm not complaining. This is good. Cyclone now has a I'll tell you what, I'm not going to read every single thing, but basically what I have indicated here is like my comments. I'm just going to bullet. Basically, Cyclone now has slightly more AoE. Okay, I think it has. Yeah. The movement speed is the same. The movement speed is the same because now it has 30 to 20% less movement speed, right? Previously it was 30%, but previously the quality gives you more movement speed. So now it has a flat movement speed of 20%, which is actually the same. So in a sense, it is buffed up because it has more AoE right now. Okay, Firestorm or Meteors. Now this is really just for the memes. It basically has more damage. Okay, I should just put here more damage for future Star Call. Okay, Ice Nova of Deep Freeze, not something that we actually use, but it basically gives more damage now. Okay, just more damage. Yeah. Okay, now this is the disappointing one. Ice Nova of Frostbolts. I'm gonna read this for the sake of it. You can now expand for up to 2 Frostbolt projectiles, previously 4, and no longer has 25% less area effect when cast on Frostbolt. Oh, wait. Okay, I read that wrongly. I'm sorry. So no longer has 25% less area effect, which means it has more AoE right now. Okay, which means it has more AoE right now. Yeah. But it now has a base radius of 1.8 to 2.2 meters. Basically, I don't know how much AoE decrease is that, but I guess base radius is nerf. Okay. However, I think the huge thing is you can expand from 2 Frostbolt. Previously it was 4. In simpler terms, right, it means we lose about 50% DPS. That is a lot. Like, can you imagine you are casting 4 Frostbolt, but now you're casting 2? Yeah, I really don't know how does that work. Okay, I really don't know how does that work. This is something that has been very curious or like a question mark in my mind, because when you're at a high tier COC, right, a high budget COC, basically you can cast Ice Nova 10 times. But the thing I do not know until today is this 10 casting of Ice Novas, is it per Frostbolt or is it spread among all the Frostbolt? Okay, because if it's spread among all the Frostbolt, then it doesn't matter whether you can expand from 2 Frostbolt or 4 Frostbolt, right? Because in the end, it is still 10 casting per second. Okay, I think I'll do this in another video, which I'll ask the public audience. So I am not sure, but it's really very hard to test. It's very hard to test because you can't actually see it. You really can't actually see it. So there is no concrete evidence on this. Alright, next. Summon Chaos Golem. Golem now grants 70% to Chaos damage resistance at all gem levels, and then there's no more additional physical damage reduction. Okay. I prefer the Chaos resistance actually, and it now grants 10 to 16% damage over time multiplier at gem levels. Huh? Like, huh? This is insane. Yeah, this is insane. But this is what was written on the patch notes. It didn't say that. Okay, it grants 10 to 16% damage over time multiplier, but is this a buff or to the golem itself? I think it's to yourself, okay? If it's to yourself, right, this thing is huge. This thing is very, very huge. Like, that's insane. That is really insane. I don't know what to say about this, but like, you can just run random golems now? I don't know. Like, this is so good. Right, next, summon Flame Golem basically grants you more damage. Summon Ice Golem now grants you more crit chance and flat accuracy this time, which I think flat accuracy is much better. Lightning Golem, so it gives the flat extra attack cast speed now. I love it, and it even gives mana regeneration, which is actually what a lot of build needs throughout the campaign. Like, because of this golem, right, I think you don't have to run clarity anymore. Like, yes, you can run clarity at the start, but when you reach Act 4, you can completely drop clarity. Okay, you can completely drop clarity, and this golem just gives you good shits. Yeah, really good shits. Okay, next. Summon Stone Golem now also grants 20% increased defense. Guys, when I saw this, right, I was like, what the heck? Like, on top of the HP regen, you get a 20% increased defense. 20%. 20% is a lot. That means your armor, evasion, ES are all increased also. That is huge for late game. That is really huge for late game. Imagine you have 20,000 armor. 20% means 4,000 extra armor. If you have 5,000 ES, 20% means you got another 1,000 ES. That bumps you up to 6,000 ES and 24,000 armor. How is that? How is this a small buff? This is a huge buff, in my opinion. Right? Summon Skeleton of Mages. Summon Skeletons now basically have 20% chance to inflict their respective elemental ailment. Awesome, actually, which means now they can chill, freeze, burn, shock, scorch, sap, I think. Yeah. Pretty good, but not something that I'm actually considering this league. Vortex. Okay, Vortex now has 130 to 210% effectiveness of added damage at gems level 1 to 20. Now deals 48 to 72 cold damage at gem level 1, blah blah blah. Basically, it has more damage. Basically, it has more damage. Okay, I'm just gonna put here, okay? I might actually consider running Vortex. I might consider. Okay, Winter type brand deals more damage. Again, it has more damage. Something I should add into here. Awaken Unleash. Okay, Awaken Unleash now has cost and reservation multiplier, so less mana costs more damage, and this applies for the normal Unleash also. Okay, I think I should put it here. Applies for normal Unleash gem as well. Okay. So yeah, these are the prominent changes for my builds. Okay, for the Ascendancy changes now, I am only going to talk about Saboteur because I think this is the prominent one that is actually good change in my opinion. Alright, so they added a new Shrapnel Specialist Ascendancy passive skill, which causes projectiles to have a 50% chance to return to you and projectiles to be fired in random direction. Now, this is basically a Nimis, but 50% chance to return to you. Okay, after looking at this, right, it actually makes me feel that COC Ice Spear is viable on this Ascendancy now. Okay, the only problem is mana cost because the trigger board requires X2 mana. Alright, and the sole reason why I don't play Ice Spear anymore is because I cannot get the mana consumption to be stable. Right, Ice Spear requires a huge amount of mana cost. I don't know why, but it's always been a problem. Ever since they removed the Flask modifier that has 25% reduced mana, I cannot get this to work because the mana cost is just way too high. And adding nodes on your skill tree to reduce mana cost, like using about 10-15 nodes just to reduce mana cost doesn't make sense. It really just doesn't make sense because it's just way too much. And on the mana mastery now, you will actually want the reservation more than the reduced mana cost. So that means I have to take another mana node just for this. It's just not in a good position. So if I think okay. Basically, I think because of this Ascendancy, it might be worth trying to spec into mana mastery, just to make the mana consumption work. It might be. I will probably work on it and see how. Okay. And the other changes was Explosive Expert Ascendancy now has been replaced by Calculated Risk, and this causes your critical strike chance to be lucky and damage you hits to be unlucky. So what this does is basically your crit strike chance in simpler layman terms, it means your critical strike chance, is now higher, and your hits will be like unlucky. So how this lucky and unlucky thing works, right? If you guys don't know, is the instance of damage will now be rolled 2 times, and if it's lucky, it will take the second. It will take the highest roll, and if it's unlucky, it will take the lowest roll, right? So damage with hit is kind of like very stable, whereas crit you always want to try and hit it at 100%, right? So yeah, this is actually quite good in a sense, because when you play Saboteur, your first and foremost problem is crit, right? So I guess this is pretty good. So yeah, my comments basically below is okay. Let me just bold this. I think it seems like a good option for COC Ice Spear now. What you're gonna take is basically Shrapnel Specialist, Calculated Risk, Perfect Crime, which gives you Trigger Ball, and Like Clockwork, which gives you the cooldown recovery, right? And because with Clockwork, you can use a different boost instead of the usual cooldown recovery boost. Now this allows another open up option for it. Okay. And because of Shrapnel Specialist the passive skill, you don't have to equip Nimis, and it just keeps getting better and better. Like I mentioned, the only problem is mana consumption and Pierce for COC Ice Spear. Like Pierce is so hard to get on Ice Spear. If I remember correctly, they seem to have removed Pierce from glove craftings. Okay? I think so. I am not sure. Okay, maybe I'll just go and check really quickly while I am just here. So Pierce. There we go. The Veil and Crafting Bench modifiers that grant area of effect, level of socketed area gems, projectile pierce, and level of socketed projectile gems, blah blah, can no longer roll on gloves. See? I knew it. So which means, right? Which means we literally have like another less option for pierce. And if you have no pierce on Ice Spear, it's shit. It's really very shit. I've tried it before. It's very, very, very bad. I wish there is like chain, because if there's chain, it's actually quite good. But yeah, of course, spear is better. Pierce is better because you want the projectiles to return, right? So usually when I play Ice Spear, I would like to have minimum at least 3 pierce. Okay, one is from a helmet. Probably you get one from boots, and then one is from glove. But now that it's been reduced, I am not sure anymore how this will like turn out. Okay. Also previously you can get another pierce from the trial lab, but now because that has been removed, you also get one less pierce. Like, yeah, the amount of pierce you can get from modifiers is getting lesser and lesser. Right? Okay. Item changes. So the drop chance of all regret has been lowered. I have nothing to say. I really don't know what is this for. It's really quite rare. Why would you nerf the Orb of Regrets? Like, why? I don't understand. Okay. Wisdom modifiers can no longer be rolled or be crafted weapons. I guess this is good for people that like to craft weapons. Okay. The Veil and Crafting Bench modifier, the grant effect of... Yeah, this is the one that I was talking about. Like, why? Why? I don't see how this is so impactful to the game. Like, it is there for a reason. You can only craft this on a very, very few items, right? Yeah, there. Can... Oh, wait. Did I read wrongly? The Veil and Crafting Bench modifier can now roll on glove instead of amulet. Oh, my bad. Okay, my bad. Okay, my bad. This is not affected at all. Okay, on gloves, not amulet. Okay, on gloves, not amulet. I mean, I guess this is actually a nerf, but it doesn't affect us. Okay, maybe I should change this. This is a nerf, but doesn't affect us. Okay, yeah. I thought you can craft on amulets, but not glove. Okay, my bad. I read wrongly. All right, the last but not least, your Kirak whatever league mods. I love this new one. Okay, map crafting options now also grant 50% increased chance for scarabs found in the area to be that type of content. So, what happens now is you're gonna block every single one of the contents that you are not doing, and you're gonna get a better amount of sustainability for scarabs in our maps. So let's just say if I focus on farming Harbinger, I will only keep getting Harbinger scarabs, right? Something like that. Like in general, okay, you get more Harby scarabs. Not say you only get Harby scarabs, but you get more. Yeah, I need to change how I phrase this thing. I will get more Harby scarabs. Okay. Yep. And these are the changes. So Abyss 3 Chaos now, 3 additional Abyss. Ambush 3 Chaos, reduce cost, now 4 additional Strongbox. Blight 3 Chaos or Blight Encounter, never doing it. Harbinger 3 Chaos, 3 additional Harbinger. Guys, 1 Chaos, 1 Harbinger, 3 Chaos, 3 Harbinger. What is this? Some flea market. This is so good. I remember previously the cost was quite high. And it gives like 2 Harbinger only. So now having 3 additional Harbinger on top of that, your passive skill tree will have I think 1. I'm not sure. Let me just quickly go and check on PoE Harbinger Scarabs. Okay, I know there is one that actually gives wait, what? Oh, my bad. Uh how do I do this? Alright, it's below. My bad. So Harbinger Scarabs gives you 3 additional Harbingers. Harbinger Obelisk and stuff like that. Harbinger spawns Empower Obelisk, drops currency shards when defeated. And then you have Harbingers in areas have 50% chance to be replaced by a powerful Harbinger boss. Like this is the one you want. Okay? And this is limited to 1 only. Currency shards dropped by Harbinger areas are duplicated. So usually what we always put is 2 of this Harbinger Scarab. Scarab of Regency and Scarab of Warhawk, right? So you have 3 additional Harbinger, you have 3 additional on the map, and you're gonna use another one, which that's totals out on 9. On the passive skill tree you have 1. Guys, every map you're going to have 10 additional Harbingers. That's insane. That is insane. And then on top of that, most of the time when you do Harbingers, you're just gonna do Beyond as well. Okay? And Beyond with Harbinger, oh my god, love it, man. The number of tainted currencies you're gonna get in the early game, so good, so much. Of course, you gotta be able to tank them, but you're just gonna see shit tons of Harbinger on the map. You're gonna get a lot of like fractured shards, ancient orbs, and stuff like that. I know in the early game it's not exactly like really good, but all of these taper currencies actually add up to a lot. It actually adds up to a lot of shit. So yeah, I think this is definitely one of my farming strats in the early game. Okay, I beg to differ that people say Harbinger at the early game is not good, but in terms of interaction wise, I think Harby Beyond is actually very good. It not only gives you so much currency loots, I mean focusing on Harbinger and of course your what's that? Your Beyond. But because there are so many monsters on the map, your map sustainability is so good. Okay, I never ever had issues from now onwards when I actually did Harbinger and Beyond. Like it is the most consistent one.
Alright, Beyond 4 Chaos, staying enemies can attract monsters together. Breach gives you 3 additional breaches. So I am definitely trying this one out since it's an auto pickup now, but I don't think I'll be doing this at the start because if I'm playing a minion build, then it's not going to be really good. Right? Essence 4 Chaos now has 3 additional imprisoned monsters. Torment 4 Chaos, you have 8 additional tormented spirit. Eh? Previously it was 3, now it becomes 8. Like, yo, what is this Ghostbuster map now? I think this is gonna have some good unique interaction, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, maybe Torment with Root Exile. Okay, we'll go into Root Exile later. There's also another one. Ultimatum 4 Chaos, Ritual 5 Chaos, Expedition 5 Chaos, Anarchy. Okay, I always don't know how to pronounce this, but basically it gives 7 Root Exiles now. Eh? Like, eh? Guys, 7 Root Exiles, that is a lot. That is really a lot. Like, hello? Root Exile. Wait, how do I... Okay, maybe I should find the scarab for Root Exiles. Where is Root Exile? Anarchy, right? Yeah, this one. Can I just... Oh yeah, so there's only these 3 of them. Right. Usually you want to have gigantification, right? And then while Root Exiles in area have 50% chance to appear in pairs. Now, you wouldn't want to use this because it's while Root Exiles. Okay? If I remember correctly, it doesn't stack with this because this is normal Root Exiles. While Root Exiles is like spawn eminently on the map. So yeah, this is sick. Like you just use 2 of this and 2 of this, and you just put a shit ton of modifiers on your what is that? Hold on, let me find the yeah, let me find this. The LSQ tree. I know it's outdated already, but there is this one node over here. Where is it? Hey, hello, hello. Yep, this one. Rare monsters in your maps have 30% increased chance to drop scares per monster affecting them. That one is for rare, and the one below here is the... Yeah, there we go. Unique monster in your map have 200% increased chance to drop scare. Holy shit. So good. This is just so good. Like, just by taking this, right, and then you probably have Tormented Spirit, which gives you more drop, right? Where is the Tormented Spirit? Here, yeah, this one. Hey, wait. Oh yeah, right. I remember they removed the quant for it. Yes, my bad. They removed the quant for it. But yeah, I think all in all it's still good because your maps, like while Root Exiles in your maps are possessed by a tormented spirit, uh, I I don't know what else to say, but it's it's just going to be so much loot. Like this is actually going to be quite huge, I guess. Might actually try that out. Heist 6 Chaos, 3 additional Smuggler's Catch, Delirium 6 Chaos, a Mirror Delirium. Honestly, I don't know who's gonna do this. Probably for like extra end game juicing. If you have no space to put a Delirium Scarab, then you just use this. Right, Legion 7 Chaos is the most expensive one right now, but you have 2 additional Legion encounters. Oh my god, GGG, that's a huge mistake. You're gonna give Legion farmers more shits to farm right now. Like, I bet if you 100% right, Legion is gonna be the best farming, one of the best farming mechanics in the early game again, on top of Expedition. Like, definitely no shit. So yes, this is a TLDR breakdown. I know it's very lengthy. Thank you for staying with me. And yeah, if you have any questions, please pop by the Discord and just comment. Alright, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.